Hello. Good. How are you? Okay, you guys. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. I'm so sorry. Happy October 1st. Happy birthday to all of the people who have birthdays this October. Hello, Retirement Days, Comfort Foods, and more, better known as Miss Betty. Hey, Larry King. Larry says, I'm having trouble hearing you. That's because I was speaking to a neighbor about some stuff. Hey there, Ernesto. Hi, Ernesto. Ernesto. Yes, R. Ernesto. Hi, Ernesto. So, thank you guys for stopping by saying hello. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But I was talking to someone and she was talking about some important stuff, some good stuff. And so, I had to mute. Didn't want her voice on the live because, some people just feel like because they have a phone, they can record anything and anybody. Okay? But you can't. Hello. But you can't. You can't do that. What did you say? Oh, okay, guys, I'm back. Okay, but you just can't do that. You can't do that. You just can't be recording people. You can, but it's not good etiquette. It's not a good thing to do. These phones, honey, these phones let people make people feel like they're in control of their privacy and everybody else's privacy. And thank you guys for those thumbs up. I don't know if Larry's still here. He might be getting ready for work, probably taking a nap or something. But if you hear me, I appreciate you for coming through. Oh, he does says, good evening. I'm tuning in. I'm tuned in before I doze off. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Larry. I was muted and that person had no idea that I was doing the live, so I just stayed muted for a while. That's why I was at a standstill. We were just chatting, just having a conversation. But again, if you catch this replay, if you catch me while I'm still live, I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by for a few seconds, a few minutes, a few moments. The first part of the live, the middle of the live, the end of the live, the whole live, however long you are here, you are appreciated because you could be doing anything else. And most of you, I'm sure you are multitasking. So if that is the case, thank you for allowing me to be a part of your task. Okay? Thank you for stopping by. Whether you say hello or not, but if I know you and we've had a connection on here, I can't know that you're here unless you say hello. And it only takes 3 seconds to type. I'll give it 7. Okay? The second to think about it, another 5 to type HELLO, and another second to just be done. Right? It takes 6 seconds. 6 seconds. 6 seconds to say hello for me to know that you're here. Because otherwise, I don't know that you even stopped by or that you even passed through. And if you're sitting there long enough to watch me and try to figure out if you want to say something, it's simply to say hi. It don't even take 5 seconds. It don't even take HELLO. It takes HI. It takes HEY. Hey, 3 seconds. So whatever you're doing, if you're watching me and not saying anything, you could have watched and said hello, hi, hey, or something. Put it in the waving finger. The waving emoji. That's it. That's all. The waving emoji. So for those who do say something, thank you. And for those who don't know me quite yet and you're trying to get to know the channel, thank you. I appreciate you for coming by, stopping by. And I don't expect for you to say anything. Sometimes you have to sit, watch, and observe. But if you know anything about me and I've stopped by your channel, it doesn't take long to say hi. I bet you go and find some chaos and you have a lot to say about that, and watch that. So it is October 1st, Wednesday, October 1st. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, right? So that being said, get your mammograms. Get your mammograms. Okay, there are areas that offer free to low cost mammograms for those who are insured and not insured or underinsured. And if your area doesn't offer that, I hope that you can find an area that does. Okay, I hope that you can find an area that does. All right. What else is it? There are a lot of things being recognized in the month of October, but breast cancer awareness is the big one. one of the big ones, probably the biggest one for October. I think Men's Health Awareness Month or Men's Awareness Month or something like that. It is maybe November coming up. So find something, find something and show some type of support for it. Find something and show some type of support for it. For those of you who are experiencing any type of, well, for right now, I think everybody may be okay as it relates to the governmental shutdown. But, you know, if you are worried, it is understandable. Try not to worry. Hopefully, that's easier said than done, but hopefully they will come to a solution. Okay? They will come to a solution because there needs to be a solution. People need to be paid, and they don't need to be using the reserve funds to pay people. That's called reserve for a reason. Pay people their money. I don't care if they're a government worker or private owned business, employed by a privately owned business. Pay people their money. Okay? Fund healthcare. It's like these people think they are above reproach or something. The citizens pay for their insurance, I think a lifetime, but they can't come up with something to fund healthcare. They'd rather take away from it, cut the funds. This country, the people, not the country, the people that come and took this country over are the most ridiculous people in the world. The most ridiculous people in the world. And to have the nerves to tell people that they should be appreciative of this country. People should be appreciative of God. Because the men in this country right now, especially a certain set of men, they're just a bunch of crybabies who got mad because for decades, people tried to change things and make things more fair, more equal, because they dominated and controlled and oppressed. So they don't like equality. They like the role of being the dominator, of an oppressor. So they're trying to change things. And what's so crazy is, change it. Change it. But as you change it, you're ticking off enough other people. You're pissing off enough other groups that everything that you're doing now will be reversed as soon as you are out of our hair. As soon as you're out of our hair. So please, please, please get your, and speaking of breast cancer awareness and saying, encouraging people to get their mammograms, remember to do your monthly self-examinations. Monthly self-examinations, okay? Monthly self-examinations. Y'all, we are walking and talking for a purpose. We don't just walk and talk because it sounds cute or nice, or it's a play off of the next person and the next person and the next person. We walk and talk for a reason. Many, many, many reasons. Walking and talking is a sign of many things related to your fitness level. And so that's why we do it. Not just one thing, two things, three things, and definitely not just because it sounds cute, right? Or it's the trending thing amongst certain seasoned people, certain seasoned people, but because it's a good thing to do, it's a healthy thing to do, right? Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, because it's all about your heart, mind, body, and soul. Because it's all about your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul, right? So physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, logically, it is the thing to do. But along with walking, there are so many other cardiovascular aerobic activities, exercises that you can participate in, that you can do, right? While we're walking, we could jog, okay? Which I don't jog. I jog in spats, but not much. Because I hold my phone and I don't want my phone to go flying. We can run, and I definitely don't want it to go flying if I run, right? You run, it's gonna fly even harder impact. You can skip, you can hop, you can walk in place. Shout out to Roger's Living. She came over there and told us about the importance of walking in place when you can't get outside. You can't get to the gym or anything like that. You can march. And speaking of marching, you can march in place. And that's what we do when we get a lot of traffic. We march. We march. Because it helps to continue the cardio and it helps work on those hip flexors, those knees, those ankles, and those feet, right? Especially when you're doing it in place, all right? Put emphasis on those hip flexors. So we do have a little traffic action, so we're going to march right now. Come on. They insist on me coming, but I gotta go. I gotta go the other way. I gotta go the other way. Let's go. We stop, but we keep moving, right? We stop, but we keep moving. We keep marching. One step at a time, one foot in front of the other. Keep moving. Be consistent and be persistent about being consistent. Keep moving. So when we stop, we don't have to stop. We stop in place, but we keep moving. We keep moving. And we move with a purpose. Move like you have a goal. Move like you're striving for something, reaching for something, attempting to accomplish something. Now, that being said, you don't have to be the fastest runner on the block, but move with a purpose. Move with a purpose. If you're going to get out here and do it, make it work. Make it worthwhile and make it work. Now, if you're not someone who exercises, you haven't been doing this in a long time, then you can get out here and just walk like this. And guess what? That's the purpose for your fitness walk. So when I say move with a purpose, it doesn't necessarily mean you got to be Speedy Gonzalez. But if you've been doing this and you're true to this, put some speed and some pep to that step, okay? Put some speed and some pep to your step if you have truly been about it. But if you are restarting after a long time, okay, we're back. So that might be your purpose. This might be your purpose. This pace might be your purpose. As long as you're doing something today that you didn't do yesterday, okay? Or a little bit more than you did yesterday. All right? And if you have a regular routine, doesn't necessarily have to be more than what you did the day before or the week before because you have a regular routine. But just make sure that you're encouraged to stick to it. Make sure that you're encouraged to stick to your routine. All right? Again, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Ladies and gentlemen, less than 1% of men are affected. Well, from a reputable source as of right now, less than 1% of men are affected. And many men, partake in the fight. Many men partake in the fight because they have mothers, they have wives, they have sisters, they have nieces, they have aunties, they have cousins, they have friends, right? They have all of that. So many participate in the fight. But when we're talking about awareness, we have to talk about men as well, okay? Men as well. Remember, again, you can walk, you can jog, You can skip, you can hop, you can run, you can go swimming. If it's cold outside, go swimming indoors. If it's hot outside, swim outside. Go hiking, skiing if you can, mountain climbing, play basketball, get a little anaerobic activity in as well as your aerobic, right? Get a little stop and go in, a little stop and go. Football, softball, soccer, right? You can get up and dance. Dance as you're cleaning up your house. Do something for an hour non-stop. Non-stop. I encourage an hour, but most reputable sources suggest at least 30 minutes. At least 30 minutes. And for those who are just starting, we'll let you slide with 15 minutes. We will let you slide with 15 minutes because that is better than doing nothing at all, right? We will let you slide with 15 minutes because that's better than doing nothing at all. So get up, get out, and move. And if you don't get out, get up and move. Move in the house, dance, dance, dance. Walk around the biggest room of your home. Make a walking trail inside your home. Go into a local mall and walk around the mall. Stay cool. If it's cold outside, stay warm. But get up and move. Get up and move. Move. Stretch. We always want to stretch before and after, right? Think of the word what? Radar. Level. Radar. Level. Spelled the same way going to the right as it's spelled going to the left. All right? R is for stretching. The A is for your warm-up. The D is your workout, right? The A is your cool down, and the last R is your final stretching. It's your final stretching. And if you need to, at any time, stretch during the middle of your workout routine. But as always, what do we want to do? Consult our primary health care provider. Okay? Consult your primary health care provider when you're coming up, when you're formulating a workout plan, routine, program, schedule before starting, restarting, changing, or ending anything. Okay? If you need help getting started, allow them to help you. Listen to how your body feels. You know your body. You know your body. Listen to how your body feels. And even if you have your healthcare team to come up with an exercise program for you, always remember, if it feels uncomfortable, slow down or stop. Slow down or stop. If it hurts in any way, any movement or anything that you do, it's supposed to be working towards health and fitness, right? So if it's uncomfortable, if there's discomfort felt, or if it hurts, slow down and or stop. You can M&M. And you guys know what M&M means. You can modify the routine, the workout routine, plan, schedule, regimen, or you might just need to modify. You can modify or you can modify or you can moderate. Okay? Sometimes you need to do things in moderation. So modify or moderate. You can't do 3 sets because you get things like your muscles are too tired or too sore. Listen, even though you stretch, those muscles are just seeming too sore. Then do 2 sets. Don't do 3 sets. All right? And see how that works. Once your body gets used to that, go back up to 3 sets. So there are different ways to modify and to do things in moderation. Even with your exercises. You know, there are a lot of people who know they have not run for years. But because they were a track star in school, they can probably outrun the average person. But if they have not run since college and they're 40 years old, why would you think that you could get up and do that with no kind of proper training? You can't. You can't. You can't. And compete with yourself. Motivate yourself and compete with yourself. Because you cannot compare to somebody you really, truly don't know. You don't know their history. You don't know their capabilities. So don't make a fool of yourself trying to do things. And sometimes you just look downright crazy because you're doing too much. You're doing too much to try to prove a point. You're letting somebody else's fitness level be your goal. Motivate yourself. Have your own goals. You'll feel much better whenever you reach your accomplishments. Motivate yourself. Have your own goals. You cannot carry out somebody else's goals because you'll always find yourself doing something, and at some point you'll start to look strange. You can get encouragement from someone. You can be motivated by someone, but you are you and they are they. They are they and you are them. And when you're working out, please look up proper form, proper technique, all right, and the proper areas of the body that you should be focusing on. It is an overall body experience, but there are some things that we shouldn't focus on unless we're bodybuilders, okay? You just want to focus on being as healthy and as fit as you can possibly be. Let that be your goal. Let that be your goal. As healthy and as fit as you possibly can be. As healthy and as fit as you can possibly be. Accomplishing someone else's goals can't be mentally stimulating. Maybe it's mentally stimulating to do it, or if you think that you're bothering that person, but it can't be mentally satisfying. It's a sad thing when it stimulates you to be what someone else is being or to try to be, because you can only be you and they can only be them. So think about your goals. Don't let your drive be somebody else's goals. Don't let somebody else's goals be what drive you. It's a lot of that going on. And people that are too old for that. I can understand it from kids. Kids strive to be like someone that, you know, they look up to people. But if you're an adult, look up to yourself. Look up to yourself. Push yourself. Keep pushing you. Keep moving. Keep pushing. Keep doing the things that you need to do that are conducive to you becoming the person you would like to be, physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And again, logically. Because some people function on things that are just totally illogical. Illogical. You guys, we're going to hit those R words because it's been 33 minutes. So we're going to walk a little bit longer and then we're going to cool down. So before we cool down, we want to hit those R words. Make sure, today is hump day. So I know a lot of you guys are looking forward to the weekend already. But relish each and every day. And remember, find 15 minutes besides your workout routine, at least about 15, 30 minutes, an hour if you can, to yourself. You're welcome, girl. I heard you over there, girl. Take about 15 minutes to an hour, if you can, maybe even 10 minutes, to just take some deep breaths in and out. Listen, you can take the deep breaths throughout the day. Just in and out. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. In and out. Take you about 3 to 5 good deep breaths in and out. Okay? You can probably the best time to do that is when you're a little bit stressed, especially if you're at work or if you're at home. You know, you're getting a little stressed, something's kind of got you off kilter or something like that, somebody kind of gets on your nerves, you know, upsets you a little bit. Take a couple of deep breaths in and out. About 3. In and out. If you can, take 5. In and out. All right? Try to release some of the stress. All right? Deep breath in, pull that oxygen in. Exhale, and let that CO2 and other waste out. Pull that oxygen in, inhale, and then exhale. Release the carbon dioxide and other waste material out. Okay? Hopefully that will kind of clear your mind a little bit. May not make the problem go away. May not make whatever it is that you're going through right then at that time go away, but hopefully it can kind of clear your mind. Sometimes people use that in anger management, and it may not work. Sometimes it doesn't work. Everything doesn't work for everybody. Sometimes people can count to 5, can count to 10. Some people counting may make them even madder. You just never know. But try things. When you feel yourself becoming angry, when you feel yourself being tired, mentally challenged because you're tired, you know, doing things that you would not normally do. Just things on a day-to-day basis. May not be something really bad, but just say you're washing your clothes. You go out there and you turn the dryer on and you get it started and you go in the house for 30 minutes and you remember you didn't even put the clothes in the dryer. Okay? Sometimes you can be mentally stressed and do things like that. You turn off a light. You go somewhere in the rest of the house and you come back and you could have sworn that you left that light on because you intended for it to be on. And you got to think back. You turned the light off. So stop. It just kind of, sometimes they're just funny things, just flukes. But sometimes you're stressed. So take deep breaths in and out. In and out. Your kid brings home a bad report card. You are livid because during the whole 9 weeks or 6 weeks or however long it is between reporting periods, they haven't said a word to you about having problems. You haven't gotten anything from the teacher saying if they seem to be struggling with something. But you'll get a report card with a D or even a C, and you know that you have an A, B student. You know that you have an A student. Listen, if you're like me, you want to know what happened and how did you get this B. All right? If you're always getting A's. But had to learn to loosen up a little bit. B is good, okay? A B is good. So you get that report card and their grade is sitting on a 70 and it's midterm. Then you want to figure out how to get that grade up because you have an A-B student. And especially if you have an A student, you want to know what's going on. But nobody has contacted you until you get that report card. You might be a little mad, okay? So take some deep breaths in and out. And we're going to hit those R words. Remember to slow down, okay? Remember who you were, who you are, who you would like to be, okay? Rest, release, relax, relate to the things, people, and places and situations that you can, okay? And to those you can't, don't. Let it go. Let them go. Let the situations go. Especially when it's people you don't know, okay? Situations that you probably shouldn't be a part of anyway, let it go. Resolve, okay, the things that you can. The things that you can't, God knows about it. He's going to take control of it. He's got control anyway. Just trying to keep your stress level down. The things that you go through, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, pray about it. And if you don't pray, and you don't believe in that, That's your business. I don't want to know about it. I don't need to know about it. Okay? I'm telling you what I would suggest you do. All right? When you're going through things, God, yes, God knows. But God gives us sense as well. At least 7. Some people say at least 5. But medically speaking, I can guarantee you there are more than 7 senses. Okay? So if you use the bare minimum of 5, that's what he wants us to do. Use those senses. All right? Replenish, restore, refill, regroup. Okay? Refocus, reset so that you can restart. All right? You got a cup. Do you look at it as half empty or half full? Either way, it's there's half substance and half nothing. So re-pour, refuel, refill, okay? And get it back full. Get it back full. And sometimes it doesn't have to be full in order to function. Things don't have to be full in order to function. All right? So that means if something was 100% and it can't quite get back to 100%, if it's functioning, sometimes 70% is a-okay, okay? We're talking about just generally speaking in life, okay? So do the things that you need to do to replenish, refill, restore, rejuvenate. Sometimes you have to do some reevaluations, right? Reevaluate when you need to. And don't forget that 4-letter word self, S-E-L-F, self-motivation. Motivate your damn self, okay? Motivate yourself. You can find motivation in other people, from other people, and receive it from other people. And that's all good. But motivate yourself. Receive your motivation from God. And secondly, motivate yourself. So self-motivation, self-love, self-determination, self-dedication, self-evaluation, self-esteem, self-respect. Okay? Be selfish sometimes. That's okay. It's okay to be selfish sometimes. Being selfish, not in a bad way. We mean in a good way. Meaning tending to you, tending to yourself. Okay? Keeping yourself in check. Keeping yourself as healthy as possible so that you can continue to keep focus on your family and keep them as healthy as possible. There's nothing wrong with being selfish sometimes. Selfish doesn't always have to be a bad thing. All right? The first thing you think when you hear selfish is selfish. You just been put into us that being selfish is negative. It's not. Right? If you're being selfish in a negative way, it's bad. But if you're being selfish in a way to promote your mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional health and well-being, then that's a good thing. You got to put yourself first in order to continue to put those who you love first. So you got to put yourself first sometimes. We know how much you love the kids. We know how much you love the spouse. We know how much you love the parents. All right? We know how much you love mama and daddy. And all of it, all of it, all of it, all of it. We know how you feel about them. Okay? And that's a good thing. Cherish your family. Cherish your friends, your true friends, the ones that you know, the ones that you can call at 3 o'clock in the morning, the ones that you can call at 5 in the morning, the ones that you grew up with, that you went to school with, that you went to college with, that you met at work, and you guys haven't stopped kicking it since, and it's been 20 years. Don't focus so much on online friends. You can find great online friends. You can. But when it starts to bother your peace, now some of them you just can't drop them. They're just like flies on ish. They own you. Everything you do, they want to do. Everything you say, they want to try to say it. Sounding crazy, but they try. Sometimes those are called stalkers. Those people are weird. You can't get rid of them. And unfortunately online, sometimes you have those encounters. Unfortunately, you have those encounters. So you can network and find some good people online. Don't get me wrong. But focus. And it's that time of the year where it's about the season. It's about the reason for the season. First and foremost, God, Jesus Christ, your family is the reason for the season. It is October 1st, y'all. Okay? The last quarter of the year. The fiscal year ends today. The fiscal year ends today. It is the last quarter of the year. So 3 months ago, it was what? July? Look at how fast time has flown since the 4th of July. The 4th of July was 3 months ago. 3 months from now will be January 1st. Okay, the holidays will be officially ending. So look at how time flies. So don't be worried about these things and these unimportance that don't know you. Focus on God, your family, and you. Okay, and those who know you and who are true to you. Focus on getting that money. Okay, after you focus on those other things first. You see, some people put the focus on money and they make it the most important thing, and it's not. Yes, times are hard. Gas is going up. Groceries never came down. And it's real funny to me how I saw a lot of YouTubers who really don't have much. You know they don't have much. Oh, they was kissing the hind tail of the president that we got. But you ask them what happened to those food prices, and they want to blame it on everything except the lie. So we ain't gonna get on him because we know the incompetence that lives in that particular house, right? We know the incompetence that lives in that particular house. And anybody who falls for anything that nut says, something ain't right. So don't let bother people bother you. Because some of these people have some mental health issues. Their attachment, they have attachment problems. They get attached to you and they won't want to let you go. Okay? They have other problems. So just try to do your best to keep it moving, keep focused, and keep it moving. Keep moving, keep grooving, keep cruising, keep pushing, keep elevating, keep striving, keep enhancing. Okay? Continue to encourage yourself, motivate yourself. Other than myself, my goal is to motivate those who I love. If someone else can find some motivation from something I say, listen, I don't knock that, but that's not my goal. Okay? If you do find motivation from something I say, more power to you. But please don't attach to me like that Rottweiler over there. It's a Rottweiler in the YouTube streets that's just so attached to me. But self. If you focus on self, your self goals, your self worth, your self knowledge, you don't have that way. You don't make other people's goals your goals. You don't just go running because somebody else went running. You don't just go shop at Walmart knowing that you love Target. So you don't just go shopping at Walmart just so you can tell your friends, well, I'm going to shop at Walmart. Just the simple things like that. Focus on yourself. Don't let people bother you. Don't let stress people stress you out because that's their goal. If they're stressed or they got some mental issues like depression and stuff like that, you bid them good so that they can get some help. But a lot of people will sit there and tell you they have certain things going on with them, and they don't see that their actions are a reflection of that. I heard someone say that they have fought depression, and now I understand why their actions are what they are, why they are so attachable to people. Because you don't want anybody to fight depression, but it's there, it happens. A lot of mental issues, mental situations happen. You don't want people to have to fight that and go through that. But you can tell when it happens, okay? So when that person said that they fought that before, it solidified everything I ever thought about them as to why they are so attached to me. I got it. Okay. Yeah, I got it on. So don't let bother people bother you. Don't let stress people stress you out. Okay, and if you find yourself in a misery lounge, any place of misery, discomfort, okay, uncomfortable feelings that you may have that pop up, that those uncomfortable feelings are telling you to grab your grip and go. GYG, grab your grip, AG, and go. Okay? And if someone comes into your lounge, to your space, Whether it's if somebody comes into your home, you're not going to let them worry the heck out of you, right? You're going to make them grab their grip and go. GTGAG. So if they come around you in your personal space, wherever you are, home, at Walmart, sometimes you just have to get away. I tell you guys all the time, somebody comes around you and they're getting on your nerves, just go to the next aisle. You may not want to, but sometimes, remember, peace is the requirement. And if you make peace a requirement, it definitely will be what? The reward. It'll definitely be the reward. A lot of times they say peace is a reward. Peace is the reward. But if you make it the requirement, it will definitely be the reward, right? If you make it the requirement, it will definitely be the reward. So they come into your lounge, your space at work, your space at school, at the grocery store, at the laundromat, wherever you are, and definitely in your home, grab your grip and go to another space. Require that peace is very much worth the peace reward. The peace reward. The peace or peaceful reward. The reward of peace. Okay? Thank you guys for being in here. For those who said hello. And to those who said hello and I was talking, I saw you guys here, but I was talking and I didn't want this person on YouTube. And I'm sure they didn't want to be on there. Okay? So I wish you guys peace, positivity, and prosperity, because without peace, there is chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. Wherever chaos and negativity live, roam, dance together, love on each other, they can cause you to, not prosper. You will fail to prosper to your fullest potential. I'm not going to say you won't prosper, but if you let chaos and negativity affect you too much, you might fail to prosper to your fullest potential. And if you feel that happening, then just bounce back. Bounce back and get on track. Bounce back and get on track. Move to a different neighborhood. All right? That's like literally and figuratively. Move to a different neighborhood. You got to sometimes. That's why I'm not on Lions Pride as much, because I literally moved to another neighborhood. But I'm going to always have Lions Pride as long as YouTube allows it, because that's my baby. But to get away from these Rottweilers, these wolves in sheep's clothing, these big backs, you got to move. Move, move, move. Bye, y'all.